The first impression is always the best impression. And sometimes if you're not really looking and you're getting too emotional, you know, you can pull the trigger a little too quick. You got to have a solid foundation.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Hello, everyone. This is Seth Chandler, and welcome to Slab Lab, where we get into the stories and the people behind the coins. And we're very excited to welcome our next guest here, Martin Logies, super collector. Thanks for joining us, Martin. Appreciate it.
I appreciate it too.
Welcome. So we're at the ANA show now. We're having a good time. I think you just arrived here, and I got here a couple days ago, and it's full of activity. We're excited to be here. It's the first ANA show since 2 years now, so
True.
It's good to be back. But yeah, let's have fun here, Martin. All right,
Yeah.
Let's talk about coins. I want to know a little about you. You know, I know you and I have known each other for maybe like 7-8 years, when we see each other at a major show and have a conversation. So I'm really looking forward to getting inside your head, what makes you tick as a collector and as a person. So how'd you get started in coins? How did it all start out?
It started on my 7th birthday.
Okay.
My dad's sister, obviously my aunt, as a gift, gave me a 1922 peace dollar. And, at that point in time, those types of coins were not circulating. I had no idea what it was. I was looking at it and, just marveling, just seeing it. And then it really hit a chord with me.
So what was the first bigger coin that you had bought, even when you were younger, but for example, my first big coin that I bought, I think I was 14 or 15 years old, and I saved money mowing lawns, and I bought an extra fine seated dollar for like $300. Big deal. Do you remember that coin, what that coin was for you?
It was a 1798 bust dollar that was probably very fine.
So how much was the coin, and what year ballpark was this?
92.
Okay. Got it. And it was how much was the coin back then? Like $600, $800, somewhere around there?
About 700.
Got it. Okay. Now, when I first met you, and I remember viewing your bust dollar set at a couple different shows, and congratulations, phenomenal set that you put together. Was that the key coin that triggered you to focus on bust dollars, to build an amazing collection of them?
Yes.
Yeah, that's cool. So when did you really get kind of serious about bust dollars after that pick?
It must have been when our business really started to rise.
Okay.
Where it was actually, I could buy a coin and still get food.
So you did coins before food. That's good. All right. Good. Yeah, that's the true coin collector right there. You buy a coin, your secondary concern is if you have enough money for food, but that's good. So what was your first big bust dollar that you had purchased? Condition census, this is it. This is a high-end example.
Now, let me count this out. 1797, Small Eagle, and that was a significant purchase.
What was the grade of the coin?
It was raw, but I would say it was AU.
Oh, really? Wow. Yeah, it must have been fun holding that raw under the light and being okay, it's my first big bust dollar. This is exciting. And then you're okay, at that point, did you say, I'm going to go for a set? Or, what triggered it from a nice high-end type coin to a full-blown set?
Well, so that I also have to bring my business partner in. He liked it too. And so he's like, some of these coins are small, and why don't we just get big coins?
Sure, yeah. Fair enough.
And so we endeavored on that line to have a complete set of what we thought was a complete set. Meaning that if there was a particular die marriage that was something that you can easily recognize that it's this and not that, then that would be part of the collection.
Okay. So you bring up a very interesting topic that most collectors will face is they buy like a great individual coin. They're like, you know what? I'm going to buy a couple more, and then I'm going to build a set. And a lot of people, when they assemble collections, they assemble sets. It's a date and mint mark set. Obviously, no mint marks for bus dollars. But did you wanted to build a date and type set? Were you right away into the varieties? Like you wanted to go all in and get a complete set as you defined it? Or as
I would say that the Red Book had some information on that, but I actually created my own listing of what would be in there and what would not need to be. Large cents are out there, and they want to have a complete collections as well, but for a lot of those, you can't really tell one from the other unless you knew the tiny minutia on the coin. But on a bus dollar, that's big enough that you're going to see it.
Right. And so when you're starting to build this collection, were you focused on, you wanted to find the finest that you could find, or you just wanted to find decent examples, affordable examples? How did you approach it?
In steps.
Okay.
So originally it ended up a set that were AUs, and then our businesses were doing well. So I was able to upgrade and ultimately was able to get an unk for each of those slots.
Okay. Yeah, that's cool. You're really going down a path that's very familiar to a lot of collectors, and this is going to really encourage a lot of collectors on how you start collecting coins. Sometimes it could be very overwhelming at first if you're new and you're looking at a particular series, but you took it step by step. First with a basic coin, then with more of an advanced coin. Then you're like, okay, I want to pursue this a little bit more, and all the nuances you learned with time, that's for sure. All right, let's talk about one of my favorite coins of all time. Okay, not only as a date, but the particular specimen that you handled, the $1794, which is the first silver dollar made in the United States. Stunningly rare coins. It's a coin like when we were kids, you flip through the Red Book and you see it. It's a unique design. They only made it for 2 years. And let's talk about the specimen that you owned. And literally, it's the specimen. So please share your thoughts.
Okay, I had already purchased one that was great. A very nice coin that it had some imperfections, but I could afford it. And ultimately, I sold that to get the biggie.
Okay, gotcha, okay.
I had been aware of that coin for many years, but didn't know where it was and how would I get that. So ends up, I get a call from Steve Contursi, and he asked me, he told me he was offered the whole deal, but I don't know what I would need to spend on it. Can you basically appraise it to see how it would go? And so I did it, and came up with a number, gave it to him, and I said, I think what they're asking is too much. But to his favor, he did go above and got the deal. And so he was obviously displaying it every chance he got, which is good. I mean, even just so that people would know that it's there and see how wonderful it is.
I mean, so people understand, this coin should not exist. I mean, not only is a $1794 a big deal in any condition, you see higher grade ones, from time to time at VF, XF, or AU. When you get that AU territory, phenomenal, and there's only a handful known and uncirculated. This coin was beyond uncirculated. Actually, I saw the coin for the first time in the late 1980s when Andy Lustig owned it. And it was in a larger holder. I remember it being in his case, and you looked at it. I'm 14 or 15, and I'm like, wow, that is phenomenal. Because again, we all kind of identify with some of the first year coins as kids, and it's reflective, it's somewhat frosty, it's got swirly luster, it's just original, really cool patina on it. Phenomenal coins. I could see why you were just completely focused on acquiring that coin.
Yeah. So time went by. Steve Contursi, wanted me to do the research and to kind of verify that it was the first one.
Yeah.
So what happened was Steve and JD and I went into one of the rooms that PCGS was using for holding coins. JD hands it to this guy in there. He gets some clamping, clips on the edge. It came out in perfect.
Yeah, they know what they're doing.
Yeah, they know what they're
they
doing.
Know what they're doing.
And they were still using that same room for something else, and they had built a tent in the room for photography. And so we all went into, one by one, to look at it with just one light source. And that coin, I would put the sheen on that coin up against any modern coin ever. It beamed. So in my mind, I believe that was actually an SP67 plus and DPL.
Wow, that's quite a grade.
Yeah.
It's
It's
How was it? Did you hold it raw in your hand?
yes.
Yeah, what's that feeling like?
Oh man.
Yeah, it's the real deal. You're like, this is the real deal, because it's such a significant upgrade from your other coin, and you have the opportunity to hold this coin raw. It's a specimen. You graded 67 DMPL. It's pretty cool. That's pretty exciting.
We took our time with it. I mean, I looked at both sides, all the way around the rim. Yeah.
Just to clarify, you held the coin by the edges, right? Because you don't hold the coin like this, right? I'm sure you know that, right? And I'm
Yes.
sure they taught you that, yeah.
I can give you a picture of me holding it.
Sure. Oh, yeah. Okay, cool. We'll publish that too in the video. That'll be good. Yeah. So, okay. So then at some point you've acquired the coin.